Ano po yung magiging first order of the day po ninyo since kayo na po ay proclaimed as the 17th President of the Republic of the Philippines?
Well, the first priority is always going to be the economy. And that's why we have been very, very careful in choosing the economic team. It's still down to jobs, to the increasing prices of commodities, some relief for the business community. We have to streamline the operations of government, which immediately brings us to digital and IT and digital communication para maging mas maganda ang patakbo. And also it will be better for the Philippines for the simple reason that the rest, when we deal with other countries, everybody else is digitized. Tayo lang ang medyo naiwanan. So it will make quicker. Ganun ang negosyo ngayon. Ganun ang investment ngayon. Kailangan talaga digitize. So those are the immediate things because those are the things that I think we can immediately enforce. But, you know, the things we spoke about during the campaign, hindi pang kampanya lang yan. We really need to do something about, we need to find help for our MSMEs. We really have to create once again the value chain for agriculture. Education needs a lot of, I'm so happy that Vice President Sara has decided to take on the job. It's not a small job. Sa education to increase, and of course the infrastructure development continues. So these are the things that we can immediately go on. That's why I'm using the time between now and the 1st of July to plan, to talk to everybody and say maging maliwanag ang plano para nakakaintindihan tayong lahat. Ito yung dapat natin gagawin. So I guess on the 1st of July, we will have a cabinet meeting immediately just to, everybody knows naman yung mga kinukuha naman namin, magkakilala na yan, they've worked together before in their different areas. So, but the important thing is to be very clear amongst ourselves, in the cabinet, and with the public as well, that this is the directions that we are taking. This is how we plan to do it. We will engage with certain agencies, with the private sector, with citizens, NGOs even, to move the thing forward. So I think we've made a good start. In the last, since May 9, last 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I think we've made a good start. There's still a long way to go, but I think we've made a good start already. The most important thing for me is to get the right people in the right place.
Meron na po ba tayong economic teams na...
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. I think it would be appropriate to say that I will be nominating our BSP President, Ben Jokno, for the position of Secretary of Finance. He has already agreed, nag-usap kami, and he has agreed. His place in the BSP will be taken by Philip Medalla, who is going to be who will take on, which lasts, and yung term talaga ng BSP President is, in this case, is until July. So at the very least, he will be there. I have asked Fred Pascual to head the DTI, and he has agreed. But we talk about the economic team, and maybe normally we don't consider this department part of it, but it is going to be part of it. I am intending to nominate Manny Bunuan for Department of Public Works and Highways. He has spent almost his entire professional life in the DPWH. I know him very well. So I think he will do. He will. I know he will do a good job. So those are the things that we have decided. I know the economic team is critical, and that is what people are looking to. I think we have found the best people for it, who are able to look forward and to anticipate what the conditions will be for the Philippines within the rest of the world in the coming years.
May mga panawagan, sir, na i-postpone daw muna yung implementation ng RCEP and also, sir, dagdag ko mamaya yung oil excise tax.
Yung?
Oil excise tax, sir.
Okay, let's do RCEP first. Sa aking pananaw, let's have another look at it, because the RCEP is a very fine thing. Ako talagang a great proponent, believer in trade. Hindi talaga tayo, walang yumaman na bansa na hindi maganda ang kanilang trade. Meron silang manufacturing, marami silang ine-export. They are very involved in trade. That all the great economies in the past 200, 300 years, it really came down to trade. So that's something that we want to encourage, and what RCEP seeks to do. Now, the only stumbling block, the only possible stumbling block there is that it's all very well to trade if you are in a competitive position. And I do not know that our agricultural sector is sufficiently robust to take on the competition that the opening of the markets will cause RCEP. So let's have a look at it again and make sure na hindi naman malulugi ang ating agri-sector. Pagka renotify na natin yan, dapat handa na yung sistema natin na makipag-compete. Dahil kung hindi talaga makipag-compete, masasapawan sila. Mawawala yung ating mga local, and panay na lang ang import natin. And we don't want that. We want to beef up the agricultural sector. We want to have sufficient food supply for the Philippines in case of any crisis. We should really learn our lessons from the pandemic. Wag natin pababayaan yan. Dahil pag may dumating na krisis na ganyan, ramdam ng tao, kulang ang pagkain for various reasons. So anyway, sa RCEP, tignan natin ulit exactly what will be the effect, pag-aralan natin na mabuti, that if we ratify it now, what will be the effect on our farming community, our farmers especially. They need protection. Hirap na hirap ang mga magsasaka. And how will it impact what our plans are to, as I mentioned earlier, create the value chain for agriculture once again. So that is my view on RCEP. Pag-aralan natin na mabuti. Pagkaya ng ating magsasaka o suportahan natin ng gobyerno at kaya na sila mag-compete, i-ratify na natin yan. But let's protect our farmers.
Sir, sa oil excise tax,
yung oil excise tax, I think there are other ways to handle the increase and the disturbances that we are having in terms of the petroleum products that we are importing. We can support those areas na tinamaan kaagad ng pagtaas ng presyo ng langis. Number one there was transport. And this is important because transport is going to be critical in the resurgence of the economy. And the reason I say that is because nakikita na natin, there are what we keep talking about supply chain problems that have arisen post-pandemic sa ibang lugar. I don't consider us post-pandemic yet. I think we are still hopefully at the tail end. But nonetheless, nakikita na natin in other countries na yun ang ginagawa na nagkakaproblema doon sa transport situation. because COVID changed everything, we tried to go back nung bumubukas ang mga ekonomiya. Sinubukan nating bumalik doon sa dating gawin. Hindi na maaari yun. We have to do it in a different way. And we have to be more creative and more aware of what the future global economy is going to look like. So in terms of oil excise tax, I think we still have to look at that very well. If there is a commensurate, return to somehow deferring the collection of the excise tax, what will be siyempre, the government needs the money. Mahirap ang gobyerno sa pondo ngayon. The government needs the money. Pero kung talagang makikita naman, may ano naman yan eh. Pag sinabi mo, tanggalin natin yung excise tax o bawasan natin yung excise tax, ano yung magiging effect doon? Talaga bang worth it ba na mawala yung pondo o yung income ng gobyerno? Kasi mas magiging maganda naman ang effect sa ekonomiya and makabawi tayo. So we'll have to study that. It's still a cost-benefit analysis. It's not simple, but that's what we will have to do. But of course, that will be one of the areas that will be under intense study in the first few weeks, because we really have to see our fiscal policy, how we handle it, and we have to be more analytical in the way that we impose new taxes or withdraw old taxes or amend the tax structure to see that there will be, as I said, a commensurate advantage perhaps in another part of the economy. But kailangan meron naman talagang may balance naman. So, kasi pag nawala ka agad dyan, wala naman tayong pangbigay ng tupad, wala na tayong pangbigay ng ayuda, kailangan pa rin ng tao yan. But, if the economy is ready, kahit kunin mo yan, may trabaho na, then perhaps we can think about it.